Hey guys, Stars over here, and today I'm making another science video because I'm awesome like that. Anyways, so today I'm going to be talking about plants and how we can use them, or more like how we do use them. Anyway, so question one, why are plants so useful to the earth? It's half obvious. Anyways, so, well, as you know, plants and trees absorb carbon dioxide and they release oxygen. They release the oxygen we breathe. So without them, we'd all be dead. No one wants that. And plants are also the start of the food chain. So without them, herbivores would die. And without the herbivores, the meat eaters would eventually die. And without the meat eaters, without the animals and the plants, guess who's dead next? Us. So, yeah. And also, without plants, do you want what the Earth would look like? The Earth would look like the Ordovician period. That's scary. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically like, I don't know, 450 million years ago, no plants on Earth except for underwater, and that was pretty much just seaweed. So anyways, I'll get to that. I'll talk about that later. So, question two. How do we use them? Well, there are 5 main ways we use them. The first one, again, next to obvious, we breathe. They give us the air that we breathe. So yeah, thank a plant every time you see one. The next thing we use them for is cotton, or fibers. So, as you may know or may not know, fiber is a plant. And you know what fibers are? Do you know what we use fibers for? We make our clothes. So, you wear plants every day, basically. Most of your clothes are probably made from cotton, which looks like this on a plant. That's right, it grows out of a plant, not a sheep. Idiots. Anyways, so next, and also your jeans are made from a plant, not cotton. It's called hemp. Hemp. But I'm not going to show you a picture for reasons. Next thing we use them for, and what I'm freaking amazed about how we use them, is medicine. Now, instead of naming pills or cough syrup that have plants in them, I'm going to name some herbal plants that people can use in the wild. Don't do it at home, obviously, unless you're a professional. But these are ones you can find in the wild that are pretty useful. So, first of all, these pesky little things you find invading your garden and trying to take over your lawn? Yeah, these dandelions? Guess what? These things are historically and modernly used to treat, what was it? Oh yeah, kidney disease, liver disease, spleen problems, and even can slow down the effects of freaking cancer. Don't diss the flowers. Seriously, don't. These have probably saved lives. Anyways, so, overreacting, but still, don't diss the flowers. No one should ever diss flowers. Anyways, so the next one is lavender. So lavender was traditionally used as an antiseptic and for mental health purposes. There is little scientific evidence that lavender is effective for most mental health issues, but it's really good for mental health. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, lavender, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the scent, I'm talking about this. Flowers look like this, they grow like that. So, the next thing we use them for. The next thing we use them for is fuel. So, I'm sure you're aware that, and if you're not, where have you been? Anyways, I'm sure you're aware that wood and coal are fuel that were made from plants. So coal is made from plants that over thousands and millions of years have been compressed with pressure and heat to become coal. And then, right? coal has to come from somewhere. It doesn't just appear out of nowhere. Anyways, and then there's wood. And do I even need to explain wood? No? Okay, good. So, transportation. Do you know your cars have plants on them? It's true. So, your cars even have plants on them. So, the rubber in your tires and maybe even like in your seats or something, depending on what kind of car you have, I don't know, are probably the rubber is probably natural rubber that came from the Brazilian rubber tree. I don't know how rubber trees work, but apparently that's where natural rubber comes from. There are synthetic rubbers, but natural rubber, it came from a tree. Remember that. Don't diss trees. It gave us a lot of things. So, my next question is, what are the most common crops where I live? Well, I don't know where you guys live. Sorry if this isn't too informational, but I live in Alberta, Canada. So, the most common crops where I live are probably wheat, oats, and barley. Yeah, basically all things you can find in bread. Whatever. Anyways, so, and finally, the last question, and probably the question that's going to take more explaining than I should be taking, is how has our land changed in the past 100 years? Is it a good change or is it a bad change? Well, get ready. This is going to be a long description. Anyways, in my personal opinion, it's kind of an equal difference to me. It's a good change because, you know, without the land that we have now, we wouldn't, and without the land and all these plants, we wouldn't have homes, a lot of our daily things we use in life, like like duct tape. That's a bad example. Never mind. We wouldn't have any of that. We wouldn't have homes, medicines. Obviously, we wouldn't have medicines because, you know, the plants and the land. So without this land, we wouldn't have the plants, which we wouldn't have medicine or all these other things I've explained. But it's kind of a bad thing because I may not have been alive long enough to see it happen because I'm not like thousands of years old or anything. I'm not I'm not a freaking dinosaur. I haven't lived that long. But I do think that it's a bad thing because not a lot of people think about this, but when our cities were built, our cities, towns, homes, anything, when all those buildings were built, a lot of plants and animals probably lost their habitats and homes. And that kind of would break my heart if I was alive when that happens. Like, seriously. I'm an animal freak. So, yeah, most animals probably went extinct. That's probably how most animals go extinct. But, our land development has destroyed their homes, because, yeah. I'm pretty sure no one really wants them to get hurt. But luckily, the modern century, we have a lot of good people that are trying to save the earth, and all these plants and animals will have their habitats back. And you can, and if you really want to, you can check it out online. My favorite and the main website that is helping out these animal friends that are going extinct is called worldwildlife.org. Sorry, I can't speak. I'll put a link in the description if I can. So yeah, that's my opinion on plants and how we can use them. Like, seriously, it's freaking amazing. People think plants are all these pests or sometimes beautiful flowers or sometimes these things that might take over the world someday. Like, for example, Plants vs. Zombies. They think they might save the world. Anyways, they think they might save the world or something. Like, they already have. But you need to save them. Keep it in return. So yeah, you might want to check out something, or at least, you know, throw your trash away or something. Pay back. Anyways, so yeah, that was my video on how you can help and how plants have helped us. How we use them. Seriously. It's amazing. So, that was my science video of this week. I will see you guys later. Bye. Star Silver out. Peace out.